Hello everyone, in this video today I will be showing you how to knit the Mandala Cowl. As always, you can go to craftytoots.com to get the written instructions and other information. As you can see here, you can find more than just the pattern. You can also find the gauge, the stitches used, and of course the pattern step by step that we will be using for this video. For this pattern I used the Mandala yarn and the colorway Thunderbird. I like to start using my yarn from the middle, but you can use it from the outside going inside. Also, I will be using a circular needle number US number 8 or 5 millimeters. Now I want to show you a trick that I use to cast on using the long tail. I will be wrapping my yarn around my needle 10 times so I can estimate how much yarn I need to make 10 stitches. Then I will be count by 10, so here I have 20, 30, 40 and so on, and I will go as many as 200, and then I will use the Longtail Caston to cast 200 stitches for this cowl. I add just a bit more of yarn just in case I make my stitches a little bit looser, but this way I don't have to estimate the amount of yarn needed, and I don't have to try many times to get the round amount of stitches before running off my yarn. If you need a reminder of how to do the Longtail Caston, please look on my channel, my YouTube channel. I have a tutorial where I show it slower and I give you instructions of how to do it. Anyway, I have my 200 stitches casted on, and now I will run my fingers through the stitches to make sure that they're not twisted, because we don't want twisted stitches or it will create an awkward cowl. We will also be using stitch markers so we can mark the beginning and end of the cowl. By the way, if you're interested in my stitch markers, I will be leaving a link to my Etsy shop. Okay, so make sure that you're grabbing your working yarn and not the leftover yarn from your Longtail Caston. And the first row you need to accommodate a little bit because the stitches are not yet, let's say, stretch out. And for the first row, up the way to the fifth, we're gonna knit 2, purl 2. So the first stitch is always a bit awkward, and I try to tighten as much as I can because I don't want to leave a gap between the end and the beginning of my round. So I knitted 1, now second one, so knit 2, and I will be now purling 2 stitches, so 1 and 2, and now you're going to repeat this all the way around this round. So knit 2 and now purl 2, and this is for round 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I will fast forward and I will get back to you when I'm almost at the end of round 5. You can pause this video and work, or you can go to craftytoots.com to get the written instructions as you work with this. Whatever works for you. Okay, so after you're done your first round, you just slip your marker and you're ready for the second round. And as I said before, this also is going to be knit 2, purl 2, and again, if you need a reminder of how to do the stitches, I have more in-depth tutorials on my channel and you can practice on those. So here I'm getting at the end of round number 5, so purl my last 2 stitches, slip my marker so I know this round end, and I'm ready to begin round number 6. For round number 6, we're going to knit 1, purl 1, and repeat this all the way around. Knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, again all the way around. Okay, so I'm getting at the end and do my last knit 1, purl 1, and slip my marker so I can start round number 7. For round number 7, we're going to purl 1 and then knit 1. And again, we're going to repeat this all the way around. Purl 1, knit 1. So I'm getting at the end and I'm ready to start round number 8. And for this round and all the way to round number 10, we're just going to knit every single stitch. So that will be for round number 8, which is the current one. So I almost did a stitch there. So round number 8, 9, and 10. That's 3 rounds of just knit stitches. There will be a lot of knit rounds in between, or more texture rounds, so we can balance out and space out this cowl. Okay, so I'm getting at the end of round number 10. And for this next round, round number 11, 12, and 13, we are going to purl each stitch. Again, that is 3 rounds of just purl stitches. So round number 11, 12, and 13, just gonna purl. Okay, so I'm getting at the end. This is very easy. You can pause the video again if you need to, but there's nothing else to show more than just purl every single stitch. So let's slip our marker, and that means we are ready to start round number 14. And we're going to knit every single stitch, and we're going to do the same all the way to round number 16. Again, 3 rounds, 14, 15, and 16 of just plain knit stitches. So just keep working all your stitches until you finish round number 16, and I will meet you back around the end of round number 16. Okay, so here we are at the end of round number 16. Let me knit my last stitch, slip my marker so I can start round number 17. And for this one, we're going to need a cable needle or a double pointed needle. I'm using a double pointed needle here to show you, and we're going to slip the first 2 stitches to do a cable for right. So slip those 2 stitches and place them in the back of your work. Again, you can use a cable needle or you can use stitch holders as well, and I will be showing you how I use stitch holders, but for this first demonstration I'm using double pointed needles. Then I'm going to knit 2 stitches from the left needle, and now you need to knit the 2 stitches that are on your cable needle. So knit those 2, and then we're gonna purl 1 stitch. and that is our pattern repeat. Then we grab our cable needle again, we slip 2 stitches into that cable needle, place it in the back, knit 2 stitches from the left needle, and then knit the 2 stitches from the cable needle. And to end this pattern repeat, we need to purl 1 stitch. And you just have to keep repeating this all the way around. Let me show you one more time. Slip 2 stitches on your cable needle, knit 2 stitches from the left needle, knit these 2 stitches from the back that are on your cable needle, and finally purl 1 stitch. Here I'm going to show you how to use a stitch holder. So just the same way, you're going to put it in the back as we were doing it. Slip those 2 stitches, place them in the back, knit 2 stitches from the left needle, and here I cannot use the stitch holder to knit those stitches, but I can put them back on the left needle and then I can knit them. So that's another way to do it if you don't have a cable needle or double pointed needles. And our last stitch should be a purl stitch. Now we're ready to start round number 18, and we're going to knit every single stitch, and we're going to also knit round number 19 and 20. So 3 rounds of only knit stitches. Round number 18, 19 and 20. I'm just getting to the end since it's very easy, only knit stitches. And I'm getting ready to start round number 21. We're gonna need again a stitch holder or a cable needle. So we're gonna slip 2 stitches, and this time we're gonna hold it on the front, which is gonna be a little bit easier. Then knit the next 2 stitches, and now knit the opposite stitches. And if you're using stitch holder like me, you can place it back in your needle, or if you're using a double pointed needle, you can use it, knit it directly from there, and then purl 1, and then we'll repeat this all the way around. It's almost the same as the previous one we did, but instead of holding it in the back, we're holding it in the front, and this is going to twist our stitches in a different way. Okay, so the very last repeat, slip 2 stitches into a cable needle or stitch holder, knit 2 stitches from your left needle, and now knit the 2 stitches that were placed on your cable needle. After that, the final stitch in this pattern repeat is to purl 1 stitch. And we're getting ready to start round number 22. Again, for this round, we're going to knit every single stitch, and we're going to do that all the way to round number 24. Again, 3 rounds of knit stitches, So you're going to knit round number 22, 23 and 24, just plain and simple knit stitches. Alright, so here's the end of round number 24, and we're going to start round number 25 again with our cable needle or stitch holder. Slip 2 stitches, place them in the back, knit 2 stitches from your left needle, then knit the 2 stitches that are being held by your cable needle, and then purl 1 stitch, and you're going to make this pattern repeat all the way around. Here you can see the little S or wave that is created with our cables. So this round is pretty much the same round as round number 17 that we did when we started this cable section. So just keep doing this pattern repeat until you get to the end of your round. Okay, so let's slip our stitch marker and start round number 26, and we're going to knit every single stitch, and we're going to repeat this round on the next one, which is round number 27. This makes 2 rounds of plain knit stitches all the way around. Okay, so let's slip our stitch marker and start round number 28. For this one, we're going to purl the first stitch, and then we're going to slip 1 stitch with yarn in front. So just don't move your yarn, just keep it in front normally as it will, because we purl our first stitch. We're going to slip the stitch, and then we're going to repeat. Purl 1, slip 1 with yarn in front. So you can see right there, you don't need to take it in the back. And that is our pattern repeat. Purl 1, slip 1 with yarn in front. Purl 1, slip 1 with yarn in front. So if you can see, there's no need to do anything when you slip the stitches, because the yarn normally wants to stay in front when you purl your stitches. And is pretty much the same if you throw. I'm just going to show you because sometimes people get confused since I do continental style. So I slip the stitch, the yarn was in front, and then I purl. And then you keep it in the front, you don't need to do anything with it. You're going to slip the stitch, and then you're going to move right out with the next one and purl that one. And your yarn naturally stays in the front. Okay, so this part's a bit tricky, so we purl that one and we have to slip this one with yarn in front, but there is the end of our round. Now we're going to take it to the back, slip our stitch, and start round number 29. We have to slip our first stitch and knit the next one, and this time we do keep our yarn in the back. But again, because we're knitting our stitches, we don't really have to do anything about it. We just slip our stitch and then we knit the next one, and do this all the way around. And again, it's just the same. If you throw, you're going to slip your stitch, and then the next one you have to knit, and your yarn stays in the back. You don't have to do anything when you slip your stitch, just make sure it stays in the back. Okay, now we're getting to the end, and I want to show you, this is one slip stitch, knit one, slip stitch, and knit the last one, slip our marker to start round number 30. And round number 30 is a very easy one. We just have to purl every single stitch. Very, very easy. Just purl all the way around. So I'm getting at the end, and slip the marker so we can start round number 31, and we're gonna knit every single stitch for this round and the next. So that means round number 31 and 32 will be all simple knit stitches. Okay, so let's slip the marker to start round number 33. And for this round, we have to knit one and purl 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 purl stitches. And this is our pattern repeat that we have to do all the way around. Knit 1, then purl 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so here I'm getting, just showing you one more repeat. And now let's jump to the end. And let's get ready to start round number 34, which is going to be a knit 2 and purl 3. Again, this is round number 34. And repeat this all the way around. Knit 1 and 2 and purl 1, 2, and 3. Knit 2, purl 3. Let's do our very last pattern repeat for this round. And slip our marker to get ready to start round number 35. For this round, we have to knit 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And purl 2. And this is our pattern repeat. Knit 3, then purl 2, and just repeat around. let's slip our marker and continue to round number 36, which will be a knit 4, purl 1. And again, just repeat this all the way around. Knit 4, so 1, 2, 3, and 4 knit stitches, and purl 1. If you get mixed up at any moment, you can always go to craftytoots.com and have all the written pattern round by round, so it will be a bit easier to follow. Now we can start round number 37, and we have to knit every single stitch and repeat it on the next round. So round number 37 and 38 will be plain knit stitches all the way around. Very easy round, so I will see you at the end. Okay, so let's slip our marker and start round number 39. We're going to purl 1 and then slip 1 with yarn in front, and I already showed you how to do that in a previous round, and again we have to repeat that all the way around. Purl 1, slip 1 with yarn in front, and let's just fast forward because you already know how to do this part. And for the end, we slip 1 with yarn in front, and before we move it to the next, because the next round, which is round number 40, we have to start knitting our stitches. So we're going to slip 1 with yarn in the back and then knit the very next stitch, and that is our pattern repeat, just like we did before. And again, you keep your, this time you keep your yarn in the back and slip 1, knit 1, and repeat this all the way around. Again, let's move faster in this section because you already know how to do this part. Knit the last one, slip our marker and start round number 41, which is just the same pattern repeat as the ones before, is purl every stitch. Just very easy, no stitch count, just purl every stitch. Okay, let's start round number 42. We have to knit 2, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. So slip 1 stitch, slip the second one, and then we knit them both together. That's the slip, slip, knit stitch. And then we'll repeat all the way around. So knit 2, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, which is knit both of them together. And let me show you one more time. So knit 2, yarn over. Instead of slipping both stitches, sometimes I just would like to go both of them through the back and knit them both together, and this is going to give you the same result. Knit 2, yarn over, and slip as knit, but just go through both of them to the back. The traditional way or correct way is to slip them first to the other needle and then knit them together, but I find this way easier and faster. So do the one that you're used to, whatever works for you, because you're going to have the same result. And slip, 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 knit, or SSK, or very last stitch. Slip our marker, and we're going to knit every single stitch. This is for round number 43, which is the current one, and the next one, round number 44. Again, just knit stitches. Okay, so let's slip our marker and let's start round number 45, and let's purl every single stitch. So now we're going to start round number 46, and we have to knit 2, purl 2, and we have to do the same for the next round, which is round number 47. So I'm getting to the end of round number 47, so knit 2 and purl 2. Slip our marker and start round number 48 with purl 2, knit 2. And we're going to do the same for the next round, which is round number 49. Again, purl 2, knit 2 for round number 48 and 49. Okay, moving to the next round, which is round number 50. We're going to knit 2, and purl 2. And just like before, we're going to repeat it on our next round, which will be round number 51. Here I'm getting at the end of round number 51. Ready to start round number 52, which is going to be a purl 2, knit 2. And just like before, we're going to repeat it on the next round, which will be round number 53. So 2 rounds of purl 2, knit 2. Here I'm getting at the end of round number 53. And let's slip our marker so we can start round number 54. For this round, we have to knit 6. Then knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2. And one more time, knit 6, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2. And this is a repeat for the round. Okay, let's start round number 55. And we have to knit 5, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. And that is our repeat for this round. Let me show you again. Knit 5, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. And just keep repeating all the way around. So I'm doing the very last slip, slip, knit and getting ready for the next round. So let's slip our marker and let's start round number 56, which we need to knit 7. Yarn over, slip, slip, knit, and knit 1. And then repeat this all the way around. Again, knit 7, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, and knit 1. And there I was just using the trick that I showed you in the rounds before. For round number 57, we're just going to knit every single stitch, and then we have to repeat it for round number 58. So again, round number 57 and 58, just knit every single stitch. Slip our marker and let's start round number 59, which we're going to do a knit 2 together, yarn over, and then repeat, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over. And just do this all the way around. And again, this is round number 59. In case you're keeping track of your rounds, or if you're pausing this video and coming back to it, and that way it's easier for you to know where I'm at. So here I'm getting to the very end of round number 59. Knit 2 together my last 2 stitches, 1 yarn over, and then let's slip the stitch. And for round number 60, we just have to knit all the way around. Just keep it simple. After so many stitch and different counts, just knit every single stitch on this one. Okay, so let's start round number 61. And for this one, we're going to knit 2, yarn over, and slip, slip, knit. And this is our pattern repeat that we have to do all the way around for round number 61. Okay, I'm getting to the end. So let's continue to round number 62, which is going to be just knit stitches. Just knit all the way around. Let's move a little faster because I'm sure that you're very familiar with the knit stitch. So let's slip our marker and start round number 63, which is just like before. We're gonna knit 2 together, yarn over, then knit two together, yarn over, and this is our pattern repeat for round number 63. Okay, for round number 64, we're just gonna knit every stitch all the way around. And we're almost at the end of our cowl. Just a few more rounds. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, which is round number 65, which we're gonna knit 2, purl 2. And we're going to repeat this round until we reach round number 70. So again, just to remind you, round number 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and 70 will be knit 2, purl 2. And this way we are going to close and finish our cowl just the same way we started, with a little bit of ribbing. And for the end, we just need to bind off our stitches. We're going to knit the first 2 stitches, and then the previous one we're going to pass it over the next one, and this way we're going to start closing our stitches and creating our edge. Knit 1 stitch, grab the previous one and pass it over, and you just need to repeat this all the way around. Once you're done, just have to cut your yarn, weave in your ends, and then you're pretty much all done. You can block. I will highly recommend you to block this cowl because it has a few stitches of lace and it's going to open the lace and it will be much prettier. But this is it. I really hope you enjoyed this pattern. If you make this cowl, don't forget to tag me on social media, and don't forget to subscribe so you can get more patterns and more tutorials.